Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of the Multiverse podcast. It's crazy that it's already been 1 week since episode 1. Thank you for all the love. Everybody asking for multiple platforms, that is available now. Link is in the description where you can go to Anchor, and then you can go to iTunes, I think Spotify, Google Play. Wes, they can do all those, right?
It's over on as many as you can find. Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Anchor. If you just click the Anchor link, that there's going to be links to the rest of them that we have available right now. Obviously, more to come in the future.
So it's available for pretty much your platform of choice, but of course here on YouTube, drop a like if you guys enjoy this. We do it every single Sunday. We've got Wes and Warren is here as well. What's up?
What's up, everyone?
How are you, sir? You've been sick.
I've been sick. I'm a little better. Little better today. My voice. Glad we are doing the podcast today. That and obviously some big happened yesterday with Spider-Man. So,
dude,
a lot to talk about.
Yeah, big stuff happens. It seems like every day in this universe. So, some topics we're going to talk about. Obviously, that can go off the rails, and we'll do whatever. But we're going to talk about Spider-Man, the solidifying of him being out of the MCU. We're going to talk about the leaked Marvel What If pictures that Multiverse, because of some help from some cosmic wonders, got that up pretty quick. Birds of Prey official teaser trailer. Natalie Portman, we're going to talk a little bit about her and her Mighty Thor, Lady Thor, Female Thor, whatever you want to call her, and then whatever else just comes to mind. But you want to just kick it off with the biggest topic out there, Warren? You want to kick us off?
Yeah, we might as well. It's something that's on everybody's mind. Sony, with to Variety, says that, and one thing that's important to note is they say for the moment the door is closed. Now, what does that really mean? I think it's more of like a scapegoat, like in case they change their mind in the future and want to come back in the MCU, like almost like, hey, we're gonna go do this ourselves, but if we fail, we said for the moment, so maybe we will go back tomorrow if we fail. But from everything that Tom Holland said and the CEO of Sony has said, right now it's done. No more Spider-Man in the MCU. Spider-Man's going back to the Spider-Verse.
Now,
that's as it is right now.
The CEO of Sony, didn't he throw some shade at Kevin Feige?
Yeah, he did. He said they're stretched too thin, which I think is almost a business tactic, right?
Oh, for sure,
I only use the and the fans to work for them, right? So it's just a business tactic. Sony wants people to be like, well, what the hell, Kevin Feige?
This is your fault.
Right, exactly. But
all you do is produce billion-dollar movies. What's your problem,
right?
man?
No, gosh, you're so. Jeez, I hate that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But even if that were the case, because let's face it, there's a lot coming to the MCU. We know that all of the Disney Plus Marvel series have not been announced yet. There's still more to come. And Phase 4, Phase 5, the mutants coming into the MCU, as Kevin Feige says, the Fantastic Four, a whole slew of characters. And that's what Sony's trying to say. They're like, oh, Marvel just has too much going on that they don't care about Spider-Man. It's like, what are you talking about? They cast Spider-Man. They're the one who brought this new Spider-Man in the MCU, made him what he is. They just want more than like 5 cents on the dollar since they're the one making the character what he is.
Yeah, I agree totally. And
yeah,
it's
for sure.
they're against each other now. I mean, obviously they're two different production companies and they're competition, but it was kind of competition working towards the same goal, and that's over. So it's game on. I mean, it's kind of war,
It really is. Yeah.
Most definitely, dude.
What do you think, Wes?
Insane. So I think right now Sony's in a really special spot. They've got a lot of leverage over Disney, obviously, because they do own the license. And they're the ones who hold all the chips. So basically it's Disney, the one that needs to negotiate. They need to, maybe lose some money, lose more money. Like we want Tom Holland in the MCU, and I think Disney makes quite a bit of money, especially on the MCU in general, that they can afford to, maybe lose a little bit for Tom Holland. But
you know who gets crapped on? The fans. The fans get crapped on. No, I was pissed at first, and then I started thinking about it, and here's the reality. the MCU's not going to miss a beat. Yes, it sucks. Yes, there were things set up and teased at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home that would have been really, really cool. And they'll probably still angle and do those things, but they're not going to miss a beat. And now, I mean, Sony, they've got a lot of creativity they can go at this with Venom and Spider-Man, the Sinister Six. They can do all kinds of stuff and really open this thing up. So if you're a true fan of comics, you're not just a fan of Marvel, you're not just a fan of DC. If you're a fan of somebody that wants as much as you can digest to go to the movie theaters or to watch on Netflix or to watch at home, then it's a win. Because you're going to get even more when it comes to the content. And if you're like me, I'm greedy. I want a reason to go to the movie theater every single weekend when it has something to do with comic book based stuff. So
for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an optimist. I'm gonna be the glass is half full on it.
I'm kind of the same way. I didn't really I think this is like, it was Sony's tactic and Disney's tactic actually to kind of make people outraged at Sony. And I really didn't buy it at the beginning because I know Disney does this nonstop. So I think what they have going right now in the Sonyverse is pretty good. It's substantial. They've got a really successful movie in, Spider-Verse. They could probably adapt that into live action, which I really hope they do. Maybe instead of a Tom Holland Spider-Verse, they just do a Tobey Maguire and, Miles Morales.
The world would break. The world would break.
For sure. I mean, the possibilities are endless, really.
I saw something about Tobey. Go ahead.
Oh, we may be contradicting each other here. I don't think they'll go that route. I think they're just really going to dive into Venom and Carnage.
No, I agree. Somebody said something about Tobey Maguire making a cameo as Uncle Ben.
Well, that would be cool. Wow, that would be really cool.
I see something like that happening that's just really, really not a big deal, but it's kind of a nod, I don't see that full-on multiverse thing.
Right, that's what I was going to say. It's not, at that point, it's not a multiverse. It's something really, really cool, and everybody would talk about it, and that would make everybody go see a movie, but it's not really a multiverse. But I actually heard something very, very interesting today. A few people are talking about it. So I'm not sure if anybody knows Grace Randolph at Beyond the Trailer. She's been doing, I think, reactions and breakdowns for a pretty long time now. But before Spider-Man Home came out, she tweeted something, and it said, Norman Osborn is about to be in the MCU like a week from now. And of course, Spider-Man Far From Home was coming out in a week.
Right.
So, the movie came out, no Oscorp, right? What was supposed to happen was, at the end of the movie, that, the Avengers Tower, that's no longer the Avengers Tower, it's something else, that was supposed to say Oscorp on it. That's what she said. Now, when it came out and it wasn't there, she got a lot of fire for it, and she's like, they took it up. I stand by what I said. And a lot of people are giving her crap, but she's like, no, I absolutely stand by what I said. Now everybody's saying, well, wait a second. Maybe it was taken out, and maybe it's because this deal was already begun, right? The renegotiations, because it was, just because that's how it happens. Maybe it was the negotiations were already done, and they took it out just because they didn't really know what was going to happen between the contract with Disney and Sony.
Could see that.
So, yeah, right? So maybe, because a lot of people were saying, well, here's the Sinister Six. They're going to be in the next Spider-Man film. Norman Osborn's going to lead them. Green Goblin. But now, nothing at all was in there. And now everyone's saying, hey, they took it out because they really didn't know which direction it was going to go. It looked like it wasn't going to work out, and now it didn't work out.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty legit to me. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see Venom and Spider-Man. I'm excited to see those two actors.
Yeah, dude. Tom Hardy is such a great Venom.
Jimmy. Yeah, you said it last week. That's what they do. That they dive into that right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Somehow, some way, whether it be, well, I know they're already shooting Venom 2, or they're working on it. So I don't know if we're going to get a full dive. At the very, very least, what people want to happen is Spider-Man and Venom, they go at it, and then by the end they team up to go against Carnage. I don't think that's going to happen if it's already being filmed, but at the very, very least, we get some kind of cameo at the end, some kind of teaser, some kind of Spider-Man appearance because it's always what's next. It's always about building up the hype for the next one. Venom 2 can stand alone on hype with Venom versus Carnage.
Right.
It doesn't need Spider-Man. But if you put that egg in there of Spider-Man gonna be a main part of the next one in that movie, boom. That's the best way to go about it, I think.
Yeah, I think they post-credit scene it almost, you know?
Yeah, or at the very end, and then maybe on top of that, another post-credit that somehow links to it or something. I don't know. Kind of like, I mean, well, we had him in the same. It could be the same type of thing as like Civil War. He could make like a 5-minute appearance at the end or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that could happen for sure.
Maybe just like his part of town, Venom and Carnage are fighting, and then he just steps in just to protect the area that he's around, and then they move on. And he's like, "What the heck was that?" Right? And then the post-credit scene sets it up for him figuring that out.
It's gonna be
insane, dude.
It's gonna be interesting to.
Well, here's a question, because the end of Far From Home, spoiler alert, everybody, if you haven't seen it yet, Spidey's wanted, right? Everybody knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and everybody thinks he killed Mysterio and was responsible for the attack. Does Sony keep that going?
I saw a couple articles said they would.
Yeah, I mean they have to, I would imagine.
They would continue that, just it wouldn't be obviously in the Avengers universe, but they would continue the preface of him being wanted. So I don't know.
And that's a shame that it's no longer with Marvel, because that was such a good entryway for either Deadpool or Daredevil.
Oh God, yeah.
It would have been so good because, you know, Daredevil, he's a lawyer, right?
Yep.
And it just would fit perfectly with the whole situation. And Deadpool would just be hilarious. And there was already talk about that before.
The freaking scene on the jet, man, with Happy. It's just, they set all that up to just, Anyway, all right, okay. All right, we've spent 12 minutes on it. Let's move on. And I'm going to put this in here really quick, and then we'll move on. We'll talk about the Birds of Prey teaser trailer. But I have to say, if you're listening to this podcast, and I know we're not very big yet, but I will say this. Thank you for all the support the last 2 weeks. We have seen a ton of growth on YouTube. Also, we have a network. It's not just Multiverse. We have a network of social media platforms. So we want you guys to follow everything. There's Twitter links below. We have a Comic Direct Twitter that we focus more on comic book based stuff. We want you guys to get in touch with us on all our platforms. They're in the description below. But this is the Multiverse, which means we have permission to talk about stuff other than just Marvel. And I tried to do that the other day with freaking Picard, and I'm salty about it. So what I need to know is, are there any Star Trek fans in here? Are there any watching? Because it crushed my heart. I made a video talking about Picard, giving updates on it, talking about how the Borg, there's speculation and theory that they may be good. I mean, Hugh is coming back from the Borg. They're saying that the new girl could possibly be a hybrid human Borg, and she's good. Yeah. And it was just really, it excites me. I mean, I'm as excited about Picard as I am any of this Marvel stuff.
Well, let me say this to everybody, and sorry to interrupt, but even if you don't know what Star Trek is, just watch the trailer for Picard, and it'll excite you. Just watch the trailer. And even if you have no idea what it is, you'll like the show. Like, you really will.
Absolutely. And
100%, yeah.
I saw a clip. We posted a clip the other day of Sir Patrick Stewart actually tearing up when he announced it. And I was just like, oh my God, I love this guy.
Feels bad, dude. Why'd people happy?
Okay, all right. We'll get back on track here. Let's go back. Birds of Prey official teaser trailer. They got very, very sneaky with it. It actually looked like Stephen King's It for a minute. Yep. What are you guys' thoughts? I know you've covered this extensively, Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, Wes, take it away.
Yeah, so this is one I'm super, super excited for. Birds of Prey. We got Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie. This is looking like it's set up. From the teaser that we got, it's set up to be insane. Like, we got Ewan McGregor. We got a crazy cast. I just cannot wait for this movie to come out. When is it coming out anyway? It's like 2020, right? It's like February?
I don't think it's that far. I think it's early 2020, yeah.
Yeah, it's like February, I think, yeah.
And isn't the whole premise she's breaking up with the Joker? Like,
yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what everybody's saying. It's really about her coming out on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which she
can do. Notice that,
she can do.
Absolutely. And if you notice that in the trailer, she's not wearing any of the classic, like put in choker on her neck and, you know, all the rings and all the stuff like that. And, you know, she really doesn't look the same. Obviously, you know, makeup and all that stuff. And it's not going to be what you saw in Suicide Squad. So if you're going to go into the movie expecting that, don't expect that.
Just so everybody knows, that's my dog, and there's probably somebody at the door, but we're just gonna roll with it. Keep it authentic.
Just do it live, bro. Just do it live.
Just do it live. That's how it's going to be.
That was my we'll say that was my woof woof for the day.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably do it again here in a minute. Who do you think will see special appearances in this movie? Do you think we'll see any?
Maybe the Joker, Jared Leto Joker.
For the last time.
He was alive at the end of Suicide Squad. Like he broke out Harley Quinn. So maybe we get a slight cameo for for his last appearance, or maybe she kills him off. Like, is there a possibility of that?
That'd be cool if they actually had her off him.
Yeah, she just
that would actually be really cool. I think that would excite people.
That'd be funny.
Absolutely.
You know the scene from Suicide Squad where she was like taking the baseball bat and just smashing it? Imagine if she's just doing that with a hammer at the Joker's head.
Getting a little brutal there, buddy.
Well,
dude, it's DC. You're allowed.
See the trailer? Yeah, I mean, you got Huntress cutting people's faces open. It's gonna be a dark movie, you know.
Yeah, dude. She said I'm sick of clowns.
It's gonna be a dark movie, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, the biggest thing, right? So the biggest thing that it's not confirmed, but everybody is saying this. You know, there's reports about it. Is it's kind of going to be like Deadpool. She's going to break the fourth wall and kind of talk to the audience. So maybe she'll just make a joke like, "Oh yeah, that stupid Joker guy, I killed him." Just like something crazy like that. It'd be nice if we saw it, but It's funny because DC they've struggled, right? So it'd be funny if she cracked jokes about that. Maybe it'd be a nice,
just like Deadpool did with Marvel.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the best way to go about it. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But let's talk about the Joker. Let's segue into the better of the two Jokers. And I haven't even seen the movie, but I'm going to assume that Phoenix is going to definitely be better than Leto, personally. But this thing is just
without a doubt
knocking 10 out of 10 scores and ratings across the internet right now by critics. Obviously, it doesn't come out till October.
8-minute standing ovation, dude.
Yeah,
at the Venice Film Festival.
Crazy.
That's cool, but I want to be a fly on the wall in that because I've never watched a movie that I'm going to stand up and clap for 8 minutes.
Yeah, for 8 minutes, that's like okay. I mean, 5 is enough. Like 30 seconds is
five
enough.
minutes of clapping is an eternally long time, man.
It really is.
I mean, if you stand like the end of Endgame, okay, we watched it first night. It was hype. The theater was full, and at the end, there was some cheers. Woo, yeah, and that lasted about 8 seconds.
Yeah,
you're telling me there's people that sat there for 8 minutes staring at each other clapping?
No way.
Come on. Anyway, okay, not to take away from the movie because apparently it's going to shatter. I've heard it's going to shatter the Dark Knight's records.
I don't know about that. I mean, Chris Nolan is quite a legend. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I mean,
we think Todd Phillips can go from doing comedies to this film. Like, that's. I mean, I think he can do it, but I think Joaquin is going to obviously make or break that film. Just from his performance from the trailers. Like, the dude's doing an incredible job. Like. I was watching the film festival, the Venice Film Festival panel, and he talks about how like he actually studied a thing called pathological laughter to to teach himself how to do this Joker because he stated that like the Joker is like it's almost like an impulse to laugh, like he hates laughing, but like he just does it. It's like painful to laugh.
Yeah, it's like an awkward thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
and if you look at the trailer, that's kind of what happens. I think in the first trailer, like his mom just says to smile and laugh, right? Like when things get really, and he just goes through just like the worst type of stuff. So he's forcing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we're gonna presume his mom dies, right? So his dead mother told him to laugh, but he's going insane. So you get this pathological laugh, like you were saying.
She doesn't last longer than 30 minutes.
They said it's brutal. Like it is dark and it actually gets to the point where you feel uncomfortable.
Wow.
I hope so. I hope it's everything of that.
I do too. And you know what is? It's good, but it's almost kind of a shame. This is part of DC Black. It's not part of the actual DCEU.
Right.
You know, and it's like I feel like this movie is going to be a massive success, and then everybody's going to be like, "Well, dang it, we want Batman now."
Well, I mean, what would be wrong with the idea of a rated R Batman?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I mean,
yeah, nothing wrong with it at all.
I think it'd be cool personally.
Was Chris Nolan's Batman rated R, or did they just barely get it to 13?
No,
or like barely. Was it 13? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say Nolan's?
Yeah, Nolan's. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you said Nolan or Burton's. Yeah, no, they're all PG-13.
Yeah,
really? How the hell did they do that?
Would be interesting. Well, we're not going to do the debate until we watch the movie, but we are on the podcast going to have a debate on who is the better Joker, Ledger or Phoenix, because I think it's if this is what everybody says it is, and it ends up being as good as it was, and we all agree that he played the role to a T, it's a debate to be had. It is.
For sure.
For sure. All right, let's move on. The leaked What If Disney Plus pictures. Let's talk about them. Maybe break them down a little bit. I don't know. Zombie Cat.
What's kind of funny is when we did the video on Multiverse, you know, Wes did it, and then I talked about it too. People were very surprised it was animated. And I guess I just thought everybody knew, but then I realized I talk about this stuff every day, so it's
I honestly forgot it was animated. Whenever I saw the pictures, I'm like, because he saw me in the chat, I said, "Are these like concept art? Like, what is this thing?"
Yeah, and I was like, "Nope, these are legitimate."
Imagine if it wasn't, and it was live action. Would that not be gnarly? A zombie cat?
That'd be crazy.
The budget on that thing would be insane.
Golly.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Well, we've got pictures, so we've got Steve Rogers before the serum. We've got a zombie cap. We've got a Black Panther. No, we've got T'Challa as Star-Lord.
Right.
What else do we have? We've got Steve Rogers in a tank as a soldier.
In a mech.
He's in a mech.
It's like a flying mech. Yeah.
So what I believe is happening there is I think he didn't get stuck in the ice, and Howard Stark actually made an Iron Man suit, and that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Yep.
I can see that. What about zombie cat? Because we know there's 2 or 3 versions of evil Captain America that are coming to the MCU, like a Hydra cap. We've got zombie cap. So how do you think that's going to play out?
Well, I don't know, but I think that's what Bucky's staring at. I think Bucky was like looking at the zombie cap.
Yeah, you made a good point when you said that. I think so too. I don't exactly know how they're going to do it, but the cool thing about the What If series is they don't have to connect to each other, right?
No.
So like the first episode doesn't have to, set up the second episode. I'm pretty sure they're all going to be kind of just one off of each other. So I don't know. Maybe we're looking at like, hey, the snap went incredibly wrong, and instead of people dying, they turned into zombies. Like who knows? Or actually, now that I'm thinking about this, Bucky got snapped and Cap didn't. So maybe this is like he went to a snapped world and everybody that was actually lived is now zombies. I don't know. Something like that. Who knows? Right?
What if?
If that happens, you heard it here first. Multiverse.
I mean, that's the thing. Seriously. I just went on Twitter, and 18 minutes ago, We Got You Covered posts and says the deal reportedly is not dead. Talks are still ongoing.
Are you kidding me?
Sony and Marvel.
I mean,
is that clickbait? Is that clickbait?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to click on it, and it's going to say, the actual quote says, for the moment, the door is closed.
You're right.
Yeah, they're going to take that
for
part,
the moment, and they're going to say, it's not done.
You're right. You're right.
Allegedly.
We are cooking up some top 10 videos for you guys that are going to start coming out soon. And one of those is 10 characters that we feel need to be introduced into the MCU sooner than later. And I want to kind of talk about that with you guys a little bit because Doctor Doom has been in the headlines this week when it comes to the Marvel Universe. And, I mean, Silver Surfer as well. So I kind of just wanted to ask you guys each, name a couple characters that you think it would be in Marvel's best interest to get into the MCU sooner than later. Not counting characters we already know that are coming, like the Eternals and things like that.
This is a hard question. The only one I got, Deadpool. That's the only one I got is Deadpool.
And that's the trickiest one.
That's
too.
gonna be
I think
the
that is
hardest.
the trickiest one.
Super.
That's like the only one anybody cares about. Let's be honest.
Okay. All right. All right.
I'm a very, very big Adam Warlock fan.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about.
And he's been set up is the thing.
Yeah,
Right
he was teased as a villain.
Right. Which I still think he will be for a part of the movie.
Okay. All right.
I think by the end he's not going to be, because, you know, he's the way that the MCU set it up, the High Evolutionary is designing him as like a superior being, like even to them. So that means he's going to be incredibly smart, right? So he's going to look at his creator, he's going to say, you created me, and they're going to tell him, go kill the Guardians. And he's going to go, okay, creator, that's what you're telling me to do, I'm going to go do it. But then he's going to evolve, and he's going to learn, he's going to realize, all right, these guys aren't the bad guys. They might be stupid because they're a gang of misfits, right?
Right.
But they're not the bad guys. And then I think it's a perfect opportunity to bring in maybe like a celestial or, you know, some cosmic entity, because Adam Warlock could take on something of that power. The Guardians can't on their own unless Star-Lord. Well, that was my next bring this person in, because if you want to up Thanos, that's how you do it.
I mean,
Galactus is a good step in the right direction.
And then who has dealings, who has history and past with Galactus? Silver Surfer.
Right.
He'll be brought in with the Fantastic Four, probably, somehow, some way, maybe. I don't know.
Well, and you know, like you said, there's talk they might do a Doom movie first, or a Doom Disney Plus series where he originally is good.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
What about Wolverine?
I think it's a while till he comes, man.
I saw an article the other day that Hugh Jackman said if it was in the Marvel Universe, he may consider...
I knew it, man. Give the dude the money. I said it in the first episode. Pay this man. Hugh Jackman, you can do a musical in the MCU. I don't care, man.
When is too old, though? When is too old?
Dude, have you seen Hugh Jackman's movies? That dude is never too old.
I know. I'm just saying.
All right,
I've got one out in left field for you. What about, this is a guy that actually killed, I believe he killed Galactus. I believe he killed everybody. What about Venom Deadpool?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Is that even possible? Because
I don't think it is now.
Yeah, probably not now.
They would need rights from Sony.
What if they sell Deadpool to Sony?
I don't think they would.
Where are they going to put Deadpool then?
Well, he can stand alone.
He can stand alone, but a Disney movie that's rated R?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, sure. If you look at what they're doing with Disney Plus, and shout out to my buddy Chris that edits for the Cosmic Wonder who figured this out. So Disney Plus is not going to do any rated R movies or shows, but Disney owns Hulu, and Hulu is going to take care of the rated R stuff. So there's no reason they can't just do one-off Deadpool movies that are still rated R.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I just feel like just seeing him in the MCU would be huge.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they need to get over to this Marvel. Like, they need to get over the whole rated R thing and just give us a Deadpool movie that, I mean, yeah, make him PG-13 for like the collaboration films, but if he does a solo film, just let it go, you know?
Well, it's probably more, I would say, Disney than Marvel, right? Since Disney
owns for sure, yeah.
But I agree. Get over it.
Yeah.
Let it go, like the Disney character once said.
Frozen 2 in theaters in November. Trust me, I'll be there. My daughter is making me go. We're definitely going to go watch it.
I'll be there on my own.
Yeah. Let it go.
I couldn't sit through the first one, dude. I can't get through it.
No.
But you're scheduled to do a review video on Multiverse for it.
Oh, am I? Okay. Well, in that case, it's going to be the shortest review video ever. I slept through the first minute because of the sounds.
All right, let's switch gears here. Let's get into the Star Wars universe. I have something I kind of want to talk about. We haven't had any real big updates when it comes to the movie coming up, but there is talk about the new trilogy that has already been confirmed, and the Skywalker saga is about to be ending. Rian Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Is going to be directing the new trilogy, and there are reports that Daisy Ridley could come back in some capacity as a support role, but there are major reports that the protagonist will be another female lead. So what I want to know from you guys is if they're like wiping out all of the originals. Like, this is it. This is the culmination of it. There's not going to be a lot. Maybe like in the Marvel universe, where maybe if they do, what is it, Ironheart and Robert Downey Jr.'s and his daughter's AI, stuff like that or whatever. But other than that, it's going to be a whole new path. So where do they go? What do they do?
Well, let me pose this question since you said that. Because like you said, the Rise of Skywalker is supposed to wipe out everybody. It's supposed to be the end of the Skywalker saga. So does that right there mean that Rey's not a Skywalker?
Oh,
because that's still a question, right? You know, is Rey a Skywalker?
You just went down the rabbit hole, man.
The rabbit hole's been opened.
Didn't even see it coming. Well, it says there's a chance that Daisy Ridley returns. That's not confirmed in any way or whatever. Yeah. Let's pretend. Let's pretend she doesn't.
All right.
What are they gonna do? What is going to keep people's focus enough? Because I don't care how old or young you are, even if you didn't watch the original ones or you weren't in the 80s or 90s, even if you missed the ones in the early 2000s, you still, when you hear Star Wars, you think Han Solo, Luke Skywalker. I mean, those are the people you think, or Kylo Ren for the younger generation that just got introduced with 7, 8, 9. What do you do? I mean...
Yeah, it's hard, especially if you're really letting go of everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, even The Mandalorian's about a bounty hunter.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to tell me that this next trilogy is going to have nothing to do with Jedi?
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's very difficult.
I don't know. I don't even have any thoughts on what direction they would go with.
Well, okay, so is Dan and David, the Game of Thrones people, working with Rian Johnson with this new trilogy, or is it going to be two separate trilogies? Yeah, because the one of their own is supposed to be based off of the Old Republic, right? And then the Rian Johnson, what is that one going to be based off of? Is it going to be like a prequel to everything? Or is it going to be something after the events of this new sequel?
I'm actually starting to get a little upset. You're telling me there's not going to be any C-3PO and R2-D2?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
Keep them. They're robots, you know what I mean? Like, just keep upgrading them throughout time. They shouldn't die.
I don't know. I'm very curious to get information on this.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like a recipe for disaster.
What if they do? Sorry, we continue.
No, go ahead. Go. I agree. I mean, the pull from 7, 8, 9 was you pulled from legacy characters, regardless if you grew up with them or not. That was the pull. There's no pull here. If it's a fresh slate, there's no pull.
Yeah. So what if they do? Because we know Dan and David, the Game of Thrones people, they're going to be working with Star Wars. But what if instead of it's going to be a trilogy? What if it's going to be a series? Because they're experts at that. Except
there's probably would be a series, but this one from, is it Rian or Ryan?
I don't know. Let's just say
I've always heard Rian Johnson.
Well, the I is in front of the A. Oh, okay. All right, we'll go Rian Johnson. This is a movie. This is a live action trilogy from what I'm seeing. It's 10, 11, 12 basically, and it's going to take place after the current trilogy is closed out. So
the Skywalker saga,
Star Wars universe, it's going to be after that.
Well, here's what I've actually heard, because we do have the Knights of the Old Republic happening as well. Not sure if it's the Game of Thrones people doing that.
I think that's what they're doing. Is
the Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah,
okay.
There's so much source material, so it'll be perfect.
I'm more excited for that one.
About that. Oh, so am I. But what I've heard, and nothing is confirmed at all by any means. But they're setting up a Star Wars universe to have it all interconnect with each other. Okay. Now, that might mean starting fresh and getting rid of the legacy. It's
going to. It is. It says right here, makes sense for him that he'll be free to craft whatever story he wants because he won't have to dodge any previous continuity.
Jeez. Okay, so that's what they're doing then.
Slate. Okay.
So you're saying that we're not going to
excited a Star Wars
universe.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
So in a Star Wars universe, we're not going to have Yoda?
No, because that would be legacy, right?
What? They got to bring Yoda of some sort.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, we don't even know what Yoda was like when he was young. They could dive into that.
I don't understand how we have not had a standalone Yoda film.
A Yoda anthology, dude? Oh my god.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Come on.
I mean, I think we're lucky to get the Kenobi series after Solo because I liked Solo. I thought it was a great movie. People hated it.
Oh,
I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of it.
I liked it because it was a Star Wars movie, but it definitely doesn't hold your attention like some of the others.
No,
I mean, think about it. You were set up. I mean, they crushed it with Rogue One.
Oh my god, that was the best.
And then you're like, okay, my expectations are through the roof now, and they give you Solo, and it wasn't.
Man, that Darth Vader scene. This is way off topic, but at the end of Rogue One, got to be the best Darth Vader scene.
Dude, that's honestly Rogue One out of besides Empire Strikes Back in the original trilogy. Rogue One is my favorite.
What happens when James Earl Jones isn't around too? Well, I guess we're not going to have any more Vader. I'm actually getting kind of sad thinking about this now. Trilogy. We shouldn't even talked about it because now I'm bummed.
Yeah, now we're just all right. Let's end it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, do you guys have anything else you want to discuss? Anything personally or anything going on? I'll tell you right now, if you guys are still here listening, we're having a blast with this. It's a lot of fun to grow the multiverse. We're small, but we're definitely seeing growth and activity, which is really, really cool.
For sure. Yeah, man. I think what I'm most excited about coming up is the new Clone Wars movie. Like people hate on, or I don't even think people hate on, but like whenever you see something animated, people usually like put it to the side, like, okay, this shouldn't be taken seriously. But like, believe it or not, some of the best movies and content are the animated stuff, like the Clone Wars series, the Clone Wars movie, Rebels, all three of those are just insane. Like that's probably the best Star Wars that I've seen in a long time, if ever. And I can't wait for the movie.
I'm excited about it. I just think sometimes fans are just so hard.
I mean, I can't lie. I'm that person. I enjoy it too, but I don't take them as serious or as dedicated or diehard as I do a live action. I don't know why. Maybe that's just how I was grown, or I grew up, or what I digest in the form of content. I don't know.
No, I would say I'm the same way because I've never been too much of an animated movie fan.
Right.
Like the What If series for Marvel, I'll watch it. Am I just super hyped about it? No, not really. Like I think it'll be cool and it'll hold my attention.
Yeah, but it's not on the level of like getting hyped up for Thor: Love and Thunder or Eternals or Loki or something like that.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, did you want to talk about Lady Thor?
Thor? Really quick, what are they going to call her? Lady Thor, Mighty Thor, Female Thor, Thor? What?
I mean, it's Lady
Jane
Thor.
What are they going to call her?
No idea. Jane Foster Thor. That's what it is right now. I mean, maybe they just don't even call her Thor.
Yeah?
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe just Jane.
Maybe it's just Jane.
So I did a video, a theory video, talking about, not even a really theory video, but stuff people are talking about, speculation about how they're going to set her up to join the new Avengers after Thor: Love and Thunder. Do you think that's a possibility?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Especially the way Marvel's taking it. Like, okay, we can see it from a billion miles away. The A-Force is coming.
Right.
They're going to come, and she's going to be part of it. I think they'd be dumb not to do that.
Here's a little something that's a little off topic, but I think it deserves to be discussed, is Netflix is actually experimenting with getting rid of binge watching shows and do weekly episodes. What are your thoughts on that? Like,
that's good. Well, okay, there's called writing on the wall, and my dad told me a long time ago. He said, Jimmy, life is full of avoidable landmines. You can see them, you know to avoid them, you just have to walk around them. You've got Disney Plus about to shat on you in every single aspect of streaming, and you're going to go change the one thing that encompasses your demographic, which is binge watching.
Yep. Well, I think they're scared of it. I think they're scared of it because Disney's doing the same thing. They're doing weekly episodes.
I know, but Disney's brand new. Disney can do whatever they want. They're setting their own premise. Netflix is binge watching.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you do. You watch it on your own. You want to watch 4, and then you watch 4 more the next day. That's what you do. Tell me every series you've ever watched on there that's not how you consumed it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
for
Netflix
sure.
is for.
I'm not a fan of one a week. It
I
pisses
hate
me
one a week.
off.
The only
like
the
it.
only time that I do like it is like for the social aspect. Like
Yeah,
going on
that's
Twitter
true.
and talking
we
about
need
it
it one a
That's
week
really
so we
fun.
can post videos on it too.
It'll be easy for us.
It makes it easier if it's once a week.
This is true. This is true.
No,
Okay.
but Jimmy, it's like you said. That's why people watch Netflix. That's why Netflix became so big.
Yeah.
Because you don't gotta wait till next week. You know, you don't. It doesn't take a year to finish something.
They are scared to death. I promise.
Oh, they are.
All the higher ups over there are just. Isn't Disney also? Isn't a thing with Disney Plus when a Disney movie leaves theaters, it's going to be available on the platform? Is that right?
Right. That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're scared because
massive.
they're losing so much. They're losing so much. So yeah, they're freaking out. I hope they don't do that. That would be a bad move. But
I saw that article too. Guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys. Do we have anything else? Or are we going to close her down?
Yeah, nothing I got. I think
we covered pretty much every major thing. We did a video about Tom Holland calling out Tobey Maguire. It was a little clickbait, but he did. He said he feels that his Spider-Man version is better because his Spider-Man didn't just start off being badass. He's had to grow into it.
Yeah, and like I said, in the video, I think that obviously Tom Holland, it should be more interesting because he's had 5 films to work in. Tobey Maguire, like he had 3 films, so like every single one of those had to be, basically Spider-Man already done. Like he was already.
Not even
Spider-Man.
that, dude. Look at Tom Holland. Look at his entry in with the support. I mean, his entry into it was in Civil War. Look at the supporting cast.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire didn't have that. Who did he have? What was the girl?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. That's what he had.
Tobey Maguire.
No. What's her name?
James Franco. As well.
Dunst.
Kristen Dunst and James Franco. They were big. They were really big at that time. So I mean, that was his supporting cast. But come on, I mean, so was Holland comes in among Titans.
Yeah, really, and especially like the built-up MCU already, right? So this was the very first, Spider-Man film since like 1982 or something like that, right?
Exactly.
So, and it had actual CGI in it. So it's just
it's hard to take. It's hard to take Maguire serious too when you just see 10 years worth of memes in his face. It's really hard to take it serious.
There's this YouTube channel. I think it's called Toby in the MCU, and they just add him in like the most randomest things. I die. I really. So it's like the part where Peter Parker's holding the gauntlet and Captain Marvel shows up. They edit him come in, and he's like got the berries. He's like, "Sorry, I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get this." And then like all the girls show up and they look at him all weird.
That's the content we're looking for.
That's what I like. Yeah,
that's the content we're looking for. All right, guys, this has been episode 2 of the Multiverse podcast. Once again, you guys can find this on your platform of choice: iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or here on the YouTube channel. It'll go up every single Sunday. You guys are more than welcome to leave us stuff in the comments on things you want us to talk about the next week. We try to cover all the big stuff that we made content for and covered on the Multiverse and stuff that everybody's talking about as well. But yeah, that's all I've got.
Yeah, dude, a little slow week in news, but I feel like, we crushed it this week, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah, thank you all so much for supporting us. It's been a great first couple of weeks. Really excited to see what the future holds.
Woof, woof.
There you go.
Woof, woof.
Woof, woof.